Shout out to everybody. You can hear me loud and clear. You should be able to hear me loud and clear. This is Lawrence D. Adams. We are live today. Let's go. Let's get it. Let me put this up here. I pinged at the top of it. Today we talking about there's always a cost for the game. There's always a cost for the game. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. I see you guys. William, the Renaissance $1 Million Dream, the Renaissance. Let me, who else we got? Wade in there. Who else we got? Oh, we got Blade. What's going on, everyone? This is Lawrence D. Adams. Let's get it started. Let's get it going. Let's get it cracking today. We are live. I'm so excited about what we're going to talk about this day, this week, that's going on. If you missed last week, you missed it. That's all I got to say. We dropped some serious game last week. And today I'm going to drop some more game. I'm going to be right to the point. I ain't playing around with you. If you ain't ready, that's too bad. All I'm going to say is get yourself together because we're going to go. Let's begin with this. Last week we talked what's going on, Fierce Soul. Last week we talked about you got to get the game doesn't work unless you go out, unless you work it outside. Today I got to talk about this. I got to go in. Fierce Soul, I got to go in about this. I got to talk about this because, we got so many people who are clamoring for the game. But let me tell you, my weekend was fabulous. I hope you guys had an amazing weekend. I went kayaking right after the show. Jumped in the car, and what you didn't know, I had some company that was in the background, and we went, as soon as we was done, as soon as I done with the show, LDA was out and we were on the road. We got in, take care of some business. We went right out there and kayak, had fun. Then we had a nice, what's going on, Renee? We had a good job, William. We had a good weekend. Good weekend kayaking. Then the next day I went to a festival, wine and wildlife, fish wildlife. Had a great time there. Got to taste some different types of wines and everything. And then I had to go buy me a bottle. You always got to have a bottle just in case at the house. So I'm just saying, if you're going to live, I can't talk about it on here if I don't live it. Now, the wine is just for if I have company over, have a little taste of wine and that's it. But I want to let you know, even where I'm talking about this, right after I left the show, I immediately got on the kayak. I immediately got on there and was rolling. What's going on, Sharice? Got going. So there's always, you got to realize I can't talk about living a life and I ain't living a life myself. So I did have a great time. It was a great weekend. Hope you guys had a great week. Let me adjust this camera a little bit because it's moving. And let me move it up just a tab, just a hair. There we go. So yeah, so I had a great weekend, great time, great people. Got time to spend with my youngest son, got to spend time with him, my nephew, my sister, my mom, everything. So you had a great weekend. But let's talk about there's always a cost for the game. We got so many people out here who want to get stuff for free. I've said this before, maybe last year, but I'm bringing it back around again. Too many of you guys, not you, maybe the guys here, because this class ain't for everyone. Renee put that in the comments. Thank you, Renee. We'll put that in the comments. This class ain't for free. It ain't for free. And what happens is you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. And what happens is because you want something for free doesn't mean that it doesn't have a cost. As we explained before, and I explain it again, so everybody's on the same page. The game is simple. It's strategy, moving from A to B, understanding what? Basic human nature, female nature and male nature. And then the game is not just predicated to relationship between the male and the female. It's predicated to everything that you do in life. That means how you move in business, your children, home, spouse, whatever, work, whatever the case may be. That is all entitled to the game. If you want a promotion, you need game. It's just plain and simple. So to settle down and think that you don't need game, I don't want to play no games. Baby, you play games whether you like it or not. Sometimes you got to you have to put on a different character when you deal with different people because they can't handle the true you. Man, I ain't gonna even start, man. Let me stop. Y'all ain't ready for this. Sometimes you got to deal with certain people a different way than you would have to do with them because you know why? They can't handle the real you. they'll be knowing better as well. Something in exchange for nothing is right. So let me say this. So shout out to I was working on some stuff for the show, getting some stuff together, and I went to go take a break. So I said, let me go walk over to Rite Aid. So I walked over to Rite Aid and I got me some chips. I wanted some chips. And I didn't know no Red Bull. You ain't worry about me getting Red Bull ever. If I ever see a Red Bull, I'm a regurgitate and get no Red Bull. So I was walking back and I said, I was going to walk down the street, but I decided to cut down the side street and ran into one of my buddies I've been knowing for since I think 14 or even younger than that. So, hey, man, you want to ride? Like, hey, no problem. It was just around the corner, so it didn't matter. We get to talking and we realized that a lot of people, and he said something I've been hearing. He reminded me of a prophecy that was given to me almost over 20 some years ago. And I can name the person, Prophetess Connie Williams, authentic prophet. And she, in the prophecy, and I got the tapes in there, I got to get the tapes transcribed so I can get it in the audio, that I will be cutting at the axe and I will be showing people a mirror of how they are. Now, this was back in 1997, I think it was, that I'll be showing people who they were. This was way back then. She saw the future in 2022. He reminded me of that. And I was like, yeah, you're right. He was like, dude, you're the axe man. That means I cut to the root of whatever's going on. And because I forgot about what was prophesied to me back in 1997, and now it's 2022, and it's come full circle, I'm like, wow, let me step all the way in this with 2 shoes on and a full coat on. So you're going to see a switch in what's going on with this thinking class, and I'm cutting to the root, and I'm going to be showing the mirror because I'm going to show you. So this goes full circle. You got to know with some people, you got to deal with them a certain way because they can't handle the fullness of who you are. How were you designed? How you were created, your thoughts. If they were to know your real thoughts about something, they couldn't handle it. But sometimes I'm telling you, there is a cost for the game. These people need to see who you really are. As me and Pastor John was talking, he's like, dude, who cares what they think? Who cares what they say? Let them see the real axe man. So let me know in the chat room. Y'all want me to see y'all want to see the real axe man. What I mean by the axe man, the one who cuts at the root, show you the mirror, put the truth out there. People may not like it. They may not agree. They may not support. They may come to me afterwards. I don't care. You want to see the real deal? Let me know. What's going on, Joe Blast? Yes, like when they deal with people at work. Yeah. See, you already got it. So yeah, you want to see the real deal? There's going to be a cost. To show the real deal of, whoa, there you go. Cut them deep, axe man. Thank you so much. That's all I needed. That's all I see. The blade is sharp. It's been sharp since 1997 when Prophetess Connie Williams gave me that word. So now it's about to be, you about to get some heat. You about to get this axe. I'm cutting to the root. So let's cut to the root of this one mindset that everything in life that you get must be free. We got too many when it comes to the game, especially on these YouTube streets, male, female, whoever it is. Everybody want a shortcut. They want to get something that's free. No, it does not work like that. Either you're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. Plain and simple. You're going to pay now or you're going to pay later. Cut through the chase, all this other stuff like that. I'm going to tell you, people want the truth, but they can't always handle the truth. We got a lot of people who give a lot of BS when it comes to this game. They want to give you cookies and milk and little sugar drops, but not give you the truth of what it costs to get the game. Because if you don't pay the price now, you will pay it later. That's why the simp doesn't want to pay the price for the game, and he always got to pay it later. Why does he pay it later? He pays it later because he doesn't understand his nature, and he doesn't understand the female's nature. And so he suffers because he does not want to pay the price. Do you want to be like the simp? Do you really want to be the one that's paying the price like that? You need to realize there's a cost for the game. And like Blade said at the beginning of it, there's nothing in this life for free. Jesus dying on the cross wasn't even free. He paid a price. So all these people talking that there's a, well, I want it free. Can't somebody, ain't nobody coming to save you but yourself. There's a cost you're going to have to pay. The cost you're going to have to pay is getting out of your own way. The cost that you're going to have to pay is getting out of your own way. The real game is when you decide that you're going to get off of your assets and do something. I've been saying that last week, and you realize that there's a cost. Most people don't want to pay the cost because they want to be comfort. They want to be treated like a baby. That's all they want, to be treated like a baby. Ain't nobody treating you like a baby no more. That's why I said this ain't a beginner class. If you want a beginner class, find another channel. This ain't the place for you. This is for pure game people who want to pay the cost. And when there's a cost, you realize that you get the best. Come on, you see that? Free government phones, yeah, free, but the offers piss poor service. Come on. Never compromise your integrity for the sake of misleading fools. Come on. People talking now. That's what I'm talking about. So all these people talking all this stuff about game and all like that, you got to realize there's a cost. I paid. Do you know how many books I had to study? Do you know how many times I had to fail? See, the first thing that you realize, the first cost you got to pay is that you got to pay with your failure. Let me say that again. The first cost that you have to pay is with your failure. Too many of you are scared to fail. You're scared to fail when it comes to life. You're scared to speak your truth. You're scared to stand up. They got you scared to even say yes when you need to say no. They got you scared to say no when you need to be saying yes. You are afraid to fail. And that is the reason why you don't want to pay the cost. Just time out for that. Either you're going to pay the cost, or you're going to say, you know what, I'm going to have, you, inside of this cost is called failure. There will be failure. You will not get it right. You will not say the right thing. People will not like you. You will fail. Face it. If you can't face it, sit back down and be a SIMP. Let somebody cuff you or hold you by your hand like a little baby. So you need to face this fact. Inside of this cost, the first thing there is failure. I know you don't want to hear that. Maybe I don't care if you don't want to hear it or not. It is failure. You will fail. You have to realize, like the song says, you may fall down, but I'm going to get back up. You will fail. You will trip. When you wanted to learn how to walk, you scooted around on the floor. You got up, you took a couple steps, and then you fell back down. You got up and took another couple steps, and you fell back down. Life is like that. The first cost that you have to pay is that you realize that you got to pay the cost that you make, that you're going to fail. Stop looking for a way for you not to fail. I'm not saying be a failure in your mentality. I'm saying you realize inside of the cost there you will fail. I failed at this. You think it was all smooth and dandy, that I had to get it all together when it was time to talk to different people, when it was time to talk to women, that I didn't fail? Any YouTuber who come up here and say that they didn't fail when it come to talk to women, they was 100% game tight when they came out their mama's room, they lying to you. They are lying to you. You will face failure. Don't tell me you got the first acting gig when you first got it. Don't tell me you got the first job when you just came out. Oh, I just got the first job. I filled the resume out and it just happened. No, it didn't. You might have got the job, but you failed because you couldn't keep the job. You got to realize inside of the cost, there will be failure. They don't want to pay the cost of failure. They'd rather somebody hold their hand and say, and sing Kumbaya. If you want that, you got to leave this channel. This ain't the place for you. I'm cutting the fat now. This ain't the channel for you. You got to realize inside of it is failure. Are you willing to pay the price? Are you willing to face your own failures? Let me say that again. Are you willing to face your own failure? Some of y'all are still living with the shame of the failures that you had in the past. That's why you haven't got off of your. Some of you are still dealing with the failures of your past. That's why you haven't got off of your assets. Because you're still ashamed. I failed at this. I messed up at that. I messed up the marriage. I messed up my money. I did this. You didn't get your butt back up. Don't be coming here trying to get, you need to get game to say, I know what I failed, but I'm going to get back up. I'm going to do it again. I'm going to figure out the right way to do it. Let me get the right information. Maybe I didn't have the right information. Maybe I didn't go about it the right way. Maybe what they said worked for them, but it didn't work for me. It is about getting back up and facing your failures and moving forward. Nobody is going to hold your hand through this but you. No one's going to hold your hand through this but you. That is the first cost of this game. You got to realize it's going to be, you think every pimp went out there, he just automatically started getting girls 10 toes down and it. No, he failed. He didn't get it together. You think every CEO, when he started out, he was just the best CEO there was? No, he failed. He made some mistakes. Do you think that every mother that had a child that it didn't fail and when the baby was crying, they didn't recognize why the baby was crying, was hungry or needed to change his diaper? Do you think that? But that's what's been portrayed out here. It's this false assumption that if you just get the game, that you don't have to pay the cost of mistakes and failures. I'm just saying, in some case, you only have to get it right once, right? But you got to get out there. You think Michael Jordan just came Michael Jordan out of nowhere? No. Telling you, you got to realize that the price of the game is when you realize, you know what, I'm gonna have some wins, I'm gonna have some losses, but I ain't gonna let the losses stop me from winning. Let me say that again. You have some wins and you have some losses, but I'm not gonna let no losses stop me from winning. It is encompassed in paying the price. If you don't want to pay the price, sit back down on the bench and watch everybody play in life. This real talk. Come on, even Michael Jordan missed the layup. Even Michael Jackson didn't do the moonwalk the right way the first time when Turbo taught him. Get it together. You think Michael Jackson came out and he just started doing the moonwalk? He just automatically started doing the moonwalk? No, he had to been taught, and he messed up a couple times until he got it right. When Turbo taught him, from breaking, taught him how to do the moonwalk the correct way. That's price you pay for the game. He took what Turbo taught him. Went to the award show and showed out. He doubled what he had, but he didn't get it right the first time. And yes, you might get it right the first time, but now you got to repeat that again. So there's always a cost you have to pay. So ain't nobody come up here showing about, oh, I'm LDA, man. I'm just so smooth. And you ain't that smooth. You ain't got everything together. Stop all that lying. And you know you ain't telling the truth. The real game, you're going to have to pay a price. And the first price you're going to have to pay, you got to pay with what? Facing your failures, facing your disappointments, feeling that you may make a mistake. Next thing, and what should have been first, is realize that in order to get the game, no, it was not Jeffrey Daniels. Go back. It was not Jeffrey Daniels. It was Turbo from Breaking. Incorrect information, brother. Check it out. It wasn't Jeffrey Daniels from Shalimar. Go fact check, baby. It wasn't Jeffrey Daniels. Jeffrey Daniels lied. It was Turbo. Check it. Go fact check it. I know Jeffrey Daniels been saying that, but it wasn't him. It was Turbo from Breaking. But it's still a price to pay. See, it's going to be a price to pay whether I'm telling the truth or whether he's telling the truth. And if Jeffrey Daniels was telling the truth, I don't need to prove it. I wasn't there, bro. Turbo taught him how to do the breakdance. And go do some research. Come back tomorrow and come out to do research. So when it comes down, there is always a cost for the game, whether you like it or not. And the first cost, you got to realize you got to face your failures, and you got to face the fact that you will make it wrong. The next price you're going to have to pay, it's nothing but love. The first price, the next price you're going to pay, and this one most people don't want to do it, because I had to pay it Saturday. You're going to have to pay with your time. If you want the game, real talk, break down to it, you will have to pay with your time. How much time are you putting in to get this game, whatever it is, game in life, game of women, game whatever, game of crypto, game of stocks, game at the job, whatever your business, are you willing to pay the price with your time? If you get minimal time in, do not expect for maximum time out, maximum results out. You will pay with your time. I know people want to, everybody want to put in the microwave 2.3 seconds, microwave in and out. Guess what? I got it. You still got to wait for it to pop. You will pay with your time. TIME. You will pay with your time. Check it out. Most people want to eliminate the amount of time that they get there without realizing that there's a price that you're going to pay with your time. But there's a key to it. There's a key to it. There's a key. There's a key to it. There's a cost for the game, and you're going to pay with your time. But what you need to do, can I give this magic carpet? Can I give this? Can I give you? Let me give this magic carpet. If you want me to give this part of it, let me give this game. So I'm gonna get this sidebar game. Let me know magic carpet. Let me know let me know you want me to put this sidebar game right in here. Let me know. If they don't say what it is, if they don't say, I'm not gonna give this game out. Magic card, let me know, because I got a couple of minutes. Let's go. Oh man, dude, I gotta put this one side. I said the game, you gotta pay. I'm waiting for Magic Carpet to put it in there. Tell me to let me know. If not, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna cut the stream off. I'm going home. I'm already home. I'm gonna cut it out. All right. I'm red pilled. All right. You ready? So okay, catch it. There's a cost that you have to pay for the game, which is your time. But when you really become a master of the game, you use other people's time that they use to master further your game. Let me say that again. When you realize there's a cost for the game, which is time, what you do is you begin to get others who have mastered the game in other arenas, and you maximize your time with the time they spent to learn that part of the game. Y'all, hope you get it. I'm gonna break it down to make sure you got what catch the syllables and nouns and verbs that I'm really saying. In order for you to be the master at the game, you realize that you got to maximize your time. You got to maximize your time. So what you do is you get people who have already paid the time to get a skill set in the game that you don't know, so that you can advance your game to the next level. Give an example, LDA. Do you think the CEO handles payroll? No, he maximized the person who is in charge of payroll to get people paid so that he can focus on what he needs to do. See, when you really got it, you realize there's a time you got to pay with time. You end up realize that your greatest commodity, and somebody put it in the chat room, your greatest commodity is what? Time. So what you have to do is you have to give others who have already paid a price with their time to come and work with you so that y'all can maximize your time and go further than what you can do by yourself. Do you think I can do all this by myself? Shout out to Jono, who taught me some things with streaming and getting some things together. I maximize his time so that I can minimize my time and getting to my goal. What happens is you want to be a real master at the game and cut the cost out. You realize you get people who got the skill sets that you don't have so that you can go further because they already used their time. But no, you guys, man, I don't need nobody. I'm going to do this all by myself. I got this all together. No. Realize real masters of the game pay the cost so that they get the right people around them who have the skill set and pay with their time to get you with it. Because let me say something. Now, just because you got these people with the skill set around you who have paid the price for their time doesn't mean that it's going to be free for you. You still going to pay. Dream work makes the grit. That's right. You still going to pay. You still going to pay. You're going to have to pay somebody for it. If they're going to teach you how to get a car in less than 15 minutes, you're going to have to pay them how to get a car for less than 15 minutes. If they're going to tell you how to get to point A to point B for this amount of time, you're going to still have to pay the cost. But the cost that you pay is well below with the time that they put in to get the information that you need. See, some of you don't want to pay the cost with your pockets to get the information that you need that will cut your time in half. That's why you always looking for a shortcut. How do I get the girl? How do I do this? Because you don't want to pay the cost to get the information that you need that will cut your time in half to get you to your goal. You don't want to pay the cost. I have to develop immunity before you go. I mean, I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna cut you because I'm gonna the way you right there. You here. You don't have to develop humility. Humility is a choice. It is a choice. Either you're gonna get the information or you ain't. What happens is the choice. The reason why you say you have to develop humility in order for you to be mentored is because the pain hasn't become real enough. You will become humble when the pain becomes unbearable. See, what happens is everybody's been comforted and cuddled, and I'm not talking about you per se way, but everybody's been comforted and cuddled, and oh, it's okay. Nobody's going to do nothing. The pain has to become real enough. When the pain of me being on the bus and walking to everywhere and everybody riding in their cars became real enough for me, I just say I got to pay the price to get this game right. When the pain becomes real enough, you will pay the price for anything. When the pain, most people haven't got enough pain in their life. Let the pain get real in your life. You getting the pain of all these guys getting women. What are they doing? I got to figure it out. You walking with the pain with holes in your shoes. You're going to figure out, how do I get shoes? Let the pain get real when you realize you don't got nothing better to eat but some hot dogs and some ramen noodles. You gonna figure out the pain got real. What must I do to get a better job? You become humble. You say, what do I got to do? How do I need to talk to? What price do I need to pay? You got to allow the pain to become so unbearable that you're willing to get on your whatever you need to do so that you can get to the next level. People been too comfortable. Especially on these YouTube streets with all this information. It's too comfortable for you. It's too comfortable. You can go, you got a smorgasbord of what? Of game everywhere. And I can get over here. If LDA don't say it, somebody else will say it. If somebody else say it. It's too comfortable for you. Too comfortable, because when it becomes comfortable, I pay the price, and sometimes I don't pay the price. I don't know. I may do this and I may not. But when you get the pain, when it was painful, me riding the bus up and down with no money, child support still ringing up, I said, I got to do something. The pain begins to change. Change happens when the pain of remaining the same is greater than the pain of changing. Come on. There are times when you had to tell yourself enough, right? So there's a cost. The cost that you're going to have to pay is, what's the first one we said? Facing your failures and facing your failures, or whatever the case may be. But the next cost that you're going to have to face, the face of the pain. Thank you, Wade. The pain. The problem that's happening let me break it down, because y'all gonna want me to say this, but I'm about to say it. This is what's happening with a lot of people, especially on these YouTube streets with some of these women. The pain hasn't become has not become so unbearable. So they're gonna they decided to say the change. Oh, we want to come back to the black men. We want them to love us. The pain hasn't comes great enough for you yet, sister. You don't know the pain of what it is to not to be protected by a man. So the cost hasn't came in yet. When you think you can do it all, you missed it all. The pain hasn't become bearable for some women. As well, it hasn't become bearable. It hasn't become so tough for a lot of men. So they're going to stay the same. I know what I'm talking about. You see all these women with the whole things going on the internet, saying this and saying that. These men don't need me. I can do this by myself. I mean, the pain hasn't kicked in yet. It's like having a toothache and you keep putting Novocaine on it because you're trying to ease the pain. You can't ease the pain by going to the mall. You can't ease the pain by going on brunch. You can't ease the pain by going on girls trip. You can't ease the pain by that, because at the end of the day, you are lonely. You can't ease the pain by looking at pornography, man. You can't ease the pain by going on Instagram and hitting every girl up in the DM. You can't ease the pain to do that. You're going to have to pay the cost so you can get some skill set so that you can be a better man to do what? Step up. You're right. You can't learn how to do that. Facts. Lisa Fisher can't help you. Y'all better get it. Y'all better get it. The pain has to become so unbearable that you can't take it. You say, I got to do something. When you tired of looking at the way that you are and you haven't changed in 2 days, 3 days, a month, the pain has to become to the point where you say, I got to do something. Most people, when you hear, and the same with these guys, you say Lisa Fisher can't help you, right? Most guys, they comfortable. Well, I can go on Pornhub and I can go over here. I can look. You too comfortable. Good on, Chan. What's going on? Same with some of these. You too comfortable. When you realize that the cost for the game is that you're going to have to face your pain, it will change everything about it. It would change everything about it. I promise you, it would change everything about it. I'm telling you, most people don't want to pay the price. They want the free game. Free game this, free game this, free game, free. All you getting is you doing. Let me say something. I'm going to be the Axe Man. Thank you, Rid. I'm the Axe Man. So I'm going to be the Axe Man. All you want is emotional masturbation and mental masturbation, but you ain't producing anything. Let me say that again. All you want is emotional and spiritual and mental masturbation, but you ain't producing nothing. You want all the pleasure, but you don't want to pay the price to produce something that will change your life. So you can do all that talking all you want, but there's always a price for the game. And you know you're going to have to pay the price with your assets, you getting up and doing something. If you want somebody to water down and tell you whatever it is, it ain't going to work. That's what's happening. That's what's happening. That's what's happening on social media. The men are saying, we ain't paying that price for it. It don't add up. We not paying the price for what you said that you're going to give. And what happens is it's throwing some women into a place of shock. Wait, what? We've been giving you for this all these years, and now you don't want to do what we want to do? No, we're not paying that price for the services or what you got. So the pain, so a lot of women are in shock right now because men are saying, we will leave you. We will go our own way. We will go to another country. We will do whatever we do, but we're not dealing with that type of pain and that kind of behavior from you. We are working on ourselves. We are better men, intelligent, and we decided this is the direction that we're going in. And so what you're seeing is the first or several waves of shock that's going in on social media or in our culture when the pain has now become real. Some women are waking up and say, you know what? Wait. Our men are leaving us. We got to do better. So what they're doing is some of them are waking up. And equally so, same for these men. You're realizing that your stuff ain't together. You need to get your things together. You're going to have to pay the cost so that you can be the boss. Whether you want to admit it, you're going to have to get yourself together. It's not about her. The cost that you want to pay to have the best that you want to have. You want to pay a cost. You cannot go. Y'all better get this example. I'm about to give this example. Yes, 27 is here, and several people in the clouds. Let me say this. William, let me know in the chat room you want me to say this, man, because if not, I gotta go. Let me know in the chat room. You want me to say this, because this gonna cut it out, and then I gotta go. Let me know in the chat room. I'm gonna bring the high. Well, y'all you moving fast enough. Okay, you about to say, you know what I'm about to bring up. I'm bring everybody's girlfriend up here. Here's y'all girlfriend. Bring your girlfriend. Your girlfriend is up here. That's your girlfriend. Some of y'all mamas, y'all aunties. That's some of y'all girlfriends, some of y'all mamas. Y'all ain't moving fast enough. All right. You cannot go into Neiman Marcus, Saks Fifth Avenue with a pocket full of food stamps. You cannot go into Neiman Marcus with a pocket full of food stamps and talking about you want to get a suit and you want it to be custom made with a pocket full of food stamps. You can't do it. But that's what a lot of people do when they want to get the game at that level. They want to come with a pocket full of food stamps. 1s, 5s, 10s, 20s. How do I know? I've seen them. I dealt with them before when they were like, you pull them out of a book. You cannot go into Neiman Marcus talking about, hey, can I get that suit, that black suit by Parody Ellis and blah, 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 blah. How much is the suit, sir? That's $1,500. You cutting out your food stamps. You can't do it. But some people have the mentality that you can just transfer that currency into this currency and get this level of game. There's always a cost, and the cost does not add up. You can't have the mentality of being cheap and being stingy and not willing to pay the cost. You're going to have to come with some greenbacks. You're going to come with some dinero. You're going to have to come with the right thing, but you can't go into Saks Fifth Avenue with a pocket full of food stamps. But a lot of people want to come onto the YouTube with a pocket full of food stamps and they want high level game. Please make that make sense. I can't.
Execute Order 66.
And what happens is, if you're not careful, you got propagate, or you have people who posing as if they're Saks Fifth Avenue and they're giving you food stamps back in exchange. So who's really paying the cost? You are. And you can't get any change. Come on. I'm trying to tell you. Let me say this again for those who are listening. You're going to have to pay the cost for the level of game that you want. You're going to pay with your time. You're going to pay that you're going to face your failures. You're going to have to pay the cost. If you don't pay the cost, don't you be whining on these YouTube streets. Don't you be complaining about the women. Don't you be complaining about the men. Don't be talking about body count. Don't be talking about how many dates should you pay or what should you not. You're going to have to pay the cost. Man the hell up. What's going on, William? This class ain't for everyone. This ain't for everyone. With that being said, this is Lawrence D. Adams. When spirituality and the game combines, you have the thinking class. This ain't for those who want to sit on the bench, who don't want to pay the cost. If you don't want to pay the cost, leave now. Go. In the words of Papa, don't get mad, just leave. It is what it is. Thank you. So now, with that being said, don't forget to hit the Cash App. I put this link in the bio. You want to reach me? Some of you want consultation, private consultation. You will be able to get the link right there. I'll put it right there. The link right there. For private consultation. You want to talk to me behind the scenes, you get one-on-one with LDA. I'm going to tell you the honest to God truth. Spiritual consultation, job and purpose, whatever else is going on in your life. Set that up and get that one-on-one consultation with me. Several people have got it already, but I'm going to dig in your life and then dig you right to the next level. But trust me, it's consultation, but it's really coaching because you're going to do the work. I ain't about to do all that work, but you're going to have to anchor. I promise you that. But this is Lawrence D. Adams. Catch me on the next stream as we continue this conversation. There's always a cost for the game. I'm out. Let me put these pretty ladies up. And put these pretty ladies up. We got to get out of here. These guys ain't want this game. They don't want this game today. Let me put this up. They don't want this game. They want somebody to hold their hand. Tell them they feel good. Tell them that their mama didn't lie to them. That their daddy ain't their daddy. There's always a cost for the game. Always a cost. Always a cost. That's why they keep dealing with these hyenas, because they don't want to pay the cost for the game. Kept dealing with these freaking hyenas, complaining online like a crybaby. If I was to teach the game that I really want to teach, baby, you ain't ready for it. You ain't ready for that level of game. Where you don't even have to, you make them come to you. Oh, I forgot I gotta cut this off. I'm giving away too much.